Hi everybody, my name is Frank, and today I'm going to start a painting, and it's going to be a painting of a female, a beautiful fantasy face. I've already drawn the picture on the paper that I'm going to use, and I've done the outline of what I need to do, and I like to outline my paintings in ink. I ink out all the lines, and then from there I just paint it out. And the painting's going to be done in watercolor and ink washes. And here's the watercolors I'm going to be using, and these are some of the ink washes I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using burnt sienna for the skin tone to start off with, and this is my book that I did. So if you don't know how to draw a face or you need to brush up on it, I have various facial poses and how to do it in this book. Okay, so like I said, I inked everything out, and basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna follow the lines. So there's my wash. I'm using the medium, like a very light wash, and all I want to do is go over the lines and come here and basically get an outline started for her face. Tried to go over all the major features here: her eyelids, eye area, her nose. And for the nose, I try not to overwork it, so I'll just be very minimal here. Probably just do like the bottom tip of the nose. And then put in some more ink, some more color over here. And right there and there, you can basically see what she's gonna start to look like. Now on this paper over here, I don't know if you can see it, but here's where I sort of see how my washes are gonna be, if they're gonna be light or dark, if the brush strokes are gonna be light or dark. And these here are very light. At the beginning, when you start off, or when I start off, I do it very lightly. Like right here might be a little bit too dark actually, but I can work with it. So basically you're doing the basic, what you're doing here is the basic skin tone. And you can have several shades of the tone. And with this you can work in the shadow area. You can concentrate on the shadows or the light areas, whichever you want. So like I said, we're going to be doing just layering the paint. You can do several layers until you achieve the effect that you want. And this is a water-based paint, pretty much watercolor, and like a watercolor paint, it dries very quickly. So you want to work with it as fast as you can. And this is my technique for painting this way. Some people have other techniques, I'm pretty sure, but I'm just showing you my technique here so that you don't, if you don't agree with it, that's okay, but it's just my method. Okay, eye area. So what I try to do is, when I start the painting of a female, of a fantasy female, which is what I'm calling this, I try to do all the skin tone first. Try to get those areas done. And then when I'm like halfway done with the tones and how dark or how vivid I want them, I'll do the hair. I'll color in the hair, and her hair is going to be black. And once you do the hair, you'll see that it changes all the tones. The tones will look lighter than what you've done. So you'll have to go back and just redo them, just make them a little bit more darker, add more layers to them. So you're never going to have what the finished painting is going to look like until you've actually finished it. It's always going to be depending on what you do to it. You add more paint here or a different color there, and it just, everything changes. It's not a set painting until you complete it. Okay, oops, see, right here I got a little bit too much paint, so quickly just brush it off before it dries, and it will dry very quickly. So when you do something like that where you just accidentally layer on a bit too much color, just brush with it, just work with it, spread it out. It's not going to ruin your painting, just work with it. Like I said before, it's like the paint wants to be in control of what you're doing. It's the paint, that has its own mind, wants to do its own thing. So you got to work with it. You got to keep working with the mediums until you really can control the paint or the color, whatever you want to call it, till you can control it. You can make it do exactly what you want it to do. It's almost like the brush, like you're working with the paint, you're working with the brush, your fingers, all of it together to get that control, that technique that you need to have. A lot of times it's in the brush. It's in the brush on how the strokes are and how you do that. And I've always thought that, having a good brush is a really good investment. If you're going to spend the money, I would say spend it on the brush and not the paint. Because the brush, a good quality brush is really good to have especially when you're starting out with painting and stuff. And there we go, we're working more here. I can go in a little bit more, and always making sure that my tones are very light. So we go in here, and I'm going to emphasize that her shaded area is going to be on this side of the face. Okay, right there. And if I didn't tell you, this is just going to be like a fantasy portrait of, I guess, Helen of Troy. She could really be anybody, but I think I'll call her Helen of Troy. Okay, gonna go in here a little bit more. And as you can see, the paint is drying almost instantly. So it forces you to work very quickly, and that's what I like about this medium, is that it's very quick, it's very fast. You got to keep moving, keep going, and that allows you to do a lot of paintings, really, and you can get a lot of paintings done. And the more paintings that you do, the more that you can perfect your technique, the more you improve. I really did like working with oil, but oil paints are very messy and they take a long time. Whereas this painting, if I wanted to, I can complete it in one day. But I'm going to take a little bit longer for purposes of this video. I'll do this video and then I'll do another one showing you the other steps I do here. So for now, this is just going to be the beginning. This is pretty much the beginning of the painting. So it's just the basic figure, the basic outline, the basic of what it's going to start to look like. And if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll be back next time and show you the next steps that I do. Thanks for watching.